All right, Lions lose, and they lose big and in just bad, horrible fashion. Everything went wrong. Craig,
Everything.
what bothers you the most right at this moment?
Okay. Thank you so much for that. And if you watch this video in its entirety, you are a true fan. And I'm thankful for that. Just like if you watch that game in its entirety, you're a true fan, which we did. But what bothered me the most, if you want to go and somebody just makes plays, fine, and they beat you, you got to tip your hat to them. If they out scheme you maybe a little bit, maybe they get lucky here or there. But when a team comes out and just punches you in the mouth like the Panthers did to us. I think what bothered me the most is it's almost like we were afraid to hit in the cold weather. It was so weird to watch. The amount of times Okuda had a tackle that he could have made and just kind of dove and didn't actually commit himself to it. And he wasn't the only one. It was so weird. I haven't seen this Lions team in 8 weeks. I just don't know what happened, and we just got absolutely punched in the mouth, and when you have a team that's running against you like the Panthers are running against us, just sucks.
Yeah. Well, it really brought to light the fact that we had been so good stopping the run. And you and I have
Yep.
talked about it, but we haven't talked about it enough almost where
Right.
like, whoa, everybody, we were terrible against the run. Now
Terrible.
we're stuffing it. Okay, this is weird. And then all of a sudden, okay, it happens where this was somewhat bound to happen. That's
Yeah.
fine. But at the same time, it still stings. It still stings to watch it. So you can say, hey, still really excited about this team and what they've done. And you can
Sure.
also say, that was
Not
really
good enough.
bad, really I don't want to say concerning yet, just because it was a one-time thing, right? If it's a pattern, then it's concerning. But that was
Yep.
just bound to happen where you run into something like this. We're not an elite team where you can just go on the road, pick up victories, this and I mean, we're much improved in good,
Mhm.
but man, that was somewhat bound to happen. And then when you really run into a bad matchup like that, and then you've got just little things where the ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Goff's ball was tipped. I mean, it felt
4
like
times.
every big play,
Felt like
you know,
42.
and it's like, oh, and you can't overcome those things. And yeah, when they're running the ball against you like that, now what? Because okay, Darnold keeps it. Well, okay. And
Oh
Darnold
my
keeps it, then
goodness.
he throws. And so you're just like, okay, you can't stop it. It just you knew we were in trouble.
Well, not only that, but it shows how much trouble we're in next week if Fields is healthy. And because I was at one point I was
Dang.
watching toward the end of the Bears game, and he looks like he was hobbled pretty good at the end of that game. But still, like it wasn't just that. It was up the gut runs, just
Yeah.
gashing us for 30, 40 yards. Their two running backs, one averaged over 8 yards a carry, the other one over 10. Chuba Hubbard and Deonta Foreman. Like, are you kidding me? I should have played Foreman in fantasy. But like, I didn't
Mm.
want to do it because we had been stopping the run so well. But then you're getting gashed, and then they're throwing to receivers in the first half that are just absolutely wide open. And, I did a video earlier this week, and some people agreed and some gave some flack for Elliott being out and me acting like it was a big deal.
Sure.
Melifonwu looked absolutely atrocious
Mhm.
out there. Like, it
Mhm.
was really bad. And part of it's because he was just the last line of defense, but he looked confused. It didn't matter what they did. Whether it was a
Oh,
bubble pass on the outside, whether it was going deep, whether it was running up the middle, whether it was an out route, it didn't matter. Everything was wide open. Everything.
well, it didn't it feel like in hindsight's 2020, but it felt I would have liked to have seen us defensively come out a little bit differently, just a wrinkle to start the game. We've been doing
Mhm.
the same thing, and it's hey, this is what we do. We've changed our defense. It works, but it felt like okay, we might be running its course here. Let's wrinkle it, and instead we don't. And like you said, when it's just like the basic hand, I think that it was more the optics of it. Hey, if you're doing some reverses, something, and
Mhm.
you're picking up 20 yards, then oh man, that was a good play. But this was like, here you go, just take the ball and and run right up the gut, and you
Yep.
can't. I mean, it wasn't. Hey, wow, all right, good 6 yard run. They're ahead of the sticks. All right, well,
Yeah.
we got to
Yep.
buckle. It's like 20, 40, 10, 50. You can't. I mean, what are you gonna do? Jeez.
What? Yeah. No. It's over, and it's just like we need to stop the run because they can't throw.
Oh
Like, they
my,
can't throw.
no.
Like, they haven't been able to throw all year. And even like there were some good plays made, especially in the second half, to keep the chains moving for them in the
Yes.
passing game. There really was,
It,
but stop the run. Like, it's
it,
really that simple. And I guess I'm just confused on why that wasn't happening. And there was all right. So there was one play. Maybe we'll do a film review on it or something. And it was so obvious. It was like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. We had two guys on one side of the field.
yes.
It was shotgun, and it's
Yep.
just like, well, they're clearly gonna run it there, and then all of a sudden, boom, 30 yards. And
Yep.
you're just like, what are we doing?
That
Like,
was
just
end of the
your
half.
brain wasn't there, man.
Yeah, you were down by 2 touchdowns. That was end of the half. They're
They were
clearly
good enough. They didn't
running.
care. They were gonna run it out.
They were just, let's get out of here. We're happy with this. And they were like, well, shoot, let's. And then, dude, and that was the thing that was so painful, really, is okay, let's make a comeback. Well, they just make a play,
Yep.
first. And it's just like, and we needed a mistake by them. Credit to them. They
Holding
did
on the
not
defense.
make a mistake. And the play for me that is just, you wonder is when we're humming, offense is looking good, we're starting to get a little comfortable, and we just fumble the ball at the 10, and you just think that would have put us up. Then said they go down, and the
Totally
rest is
different ball
history.
game.
Yeah.
Totally different ball game at that point. And then it's over. And you know what this game reminded me of? And I hate to admit this, and I hate to say it. It reminded me of the Lions Jacksonville game in reverse.
Ah.
They could do nothing wrong.
Yep.
Their offense was in rhythm. Their defense was playing well. And even though our offense was doing things and moving the ball a little bit, it was never a threat.
No.
The game was never in doubt. And if you were a Carolina fan, you are just as excited as any Lions fan was over the last few weeks, because they hold their own destiny, win 2 more games, and they're in their playoffs, which is nuts. At 8-9, and we can
yeah.
win 2 more games, be 9-8, and not.
Yep.
We still got a shot, though. Can we say that? Like,
oh,
very,
absolutely.
very much, we have a shot. I mean,
Absolutely.
Seattle lost.
Seattle lost.
And we're gonna, if Washington loses, then if those two teams go 1-1 and we go 2-0, we still make the playoffs.
Yep.
So it's not like we don't have a shot anymore.
No, exactly. In this, well, what you were saying, Craig, I want to hit on is like how everything went right for them, just like us in reverse with the game you were talking about against the
Jags.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For example, the 2-point conversion. Do you remember? Let's get a 2-point conversion. We do that quick up, and we do that, and I like the concept. Like, oh,
Sure.
And the guy's just standing there, and he's like, oh, like he didn't. It's not like he read the play. He didn't know. He didn't. This is something we had not seen ever. This wasn't like a film thing. He just happened to stand there and was like, oh, I'll tackle you. And it's like, that's the stuff. Like, there's so many things like that where, again, I'm not taking away from them, but they were just everything, that batting balls, running it defensively. They're getting in there, a little couple busted plays as far as like them getting in and stacking Goff.
Yep.
Just all around, just a good
And
game.
let's
for
just
them,
say this too. They absolutely dominated both lines of scrimmage. They really did.
They did.
And that is, if we're not winning the line of scrimmage, we're not winning. That's just that's something we're built to win at the line of scrimmage. And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable to see what happened. I don't know what was going on with their offensive line, but they played like they were the best offensive line in the NFL today. The Panthers did.
And you're so right. And that was the first game where Goff, even when he wasn't sacked, the
always getting hit,
collapsing, and it just, and we'll talk about this in another video, but
he played well, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, and what I'd like to see, and we'll touch on this in another video, but Jameson Williams, at this point,
don't play.
Throw him in. All right. Let's get out of here. Get out of here. Get our emotions in check. More videos coming. It's okay. We're okay. We're
going to be all right. We're going to survive. Remember, 7 wins was success, right?
That's right.
At the beginning of the year. That's what we said.
That is a big
what we said.
So let us know in the comments your thoughts. We will see all of you on the next one.
Bye.
See ya.